Welcome, everybody.
Yes.
This is What's Your Bacon in 7 Questions, the show where we, Bacon is my podcast, guide a loving guest along a traveler of life, along 7 questions of life.
We have a traveler here.
Yes, we have the
Traveler Whiskey. Not a sponsor.
Not a sponsor.
But Chris Stapleton, if you're listening, we gladly take a sponsorship.
We enjoy your whiskey. And something else we enjoy is music. And today we have Caroline Reilly. She is, per the paper that we got, making waves in the Atlanta pop rock scene by capturing the essence of 2000s pop punk infused with her own distinctive flair. Song 21 featuring Gina Fontanella just dropped in April. That's been gaining momentum. She's building a fan base. She's building a following. The music, also from the stuff, explores the intricacies of love and heartbreak. And what we're going to do today is either really delve into that or we're going to ignore it entirely and just have some fun because she's here today to have some fun with us. What is up, Caroline? How are you today?
I am doing great. How are you guys?
We're doing good.
Stupendous.
Doing good.
Awesome.
Thank you for joining us on this
I'm stoked to be here.
on this Friday afternoon.
Yeah, I'm excited to get into this. Like, see, when we actually were we were in Atlanta probably 2 years ago? No,
Yes.
3 years ago.
Yes.
No, what were you guys doing?
We were doing some work. We do some AV work and stuff like that for
so
a
cool.
nonprofit that I work for. And we didn't really get to see the city at all, except we did get to go to Gus's Chicken.
Gus's Chicken, yeah.
I don't think I've ever been to Gus's Chicken.
It's delicious.
It was delicious.
Delicious.
It was like bare bones, raw, like not the food. The food was cooked, but
I was like, oh my god, really?
The atmosphere was very
the
raw.
atmosphere was very like almost cafeteria where you go in and they give you like the little the little plastic
styrofoam
red
plate,
little waffle bowl.
Yeah.
With your chicken in it.
Yeah.
And like fried chicken, go for it.
And then the best was the beer.
Yes.
The beer, they kept it under the counter in coolers. They didn't have a fridge for it. So they had like a line of beers.
Yeah, nor did they know what they had.
And we ordered and we were like, oh, I'll have this, and then okay, cool. And then they go back around and they start looking through the coolers and they just yell to us. They're like, we don't have that. Pick something else.
Yeah, pick something else.
Okay, cool. And after about 3 or 4 beers, Jimmy finally got one.
Yes.
And so did our buddy Steve.
My favorite is we don't have that. Pick another one, but they don't give us any options. It's just kind of like we're just like naming things.
Yeah,
we're just naming beers that exist.
Mm-hmm.
Just, do you have?
And they just want you to guess. That's crazy.
It's fantastic. It was a fun game. Fun little game.
It was a fun game. Fun game. But I'm disappointed that we didn't get to like delve into the music there. So like we know that like hip hop is pretty prevalent in the Atlanta area. But the pop rock scene, that's pretty cool. Like is it like a thriving scene there?
Yeah, the alt scene is crazy in Atlanta. Like it's so good because you have like venues like the Masquerade and Tabernacle and like all the big venues, and that's where all the alt artists go to play. And so there's like a huge alt scene. It's actually ridiculous. So I love it. I love Atlanta for that reason.
Nice. That's so awesome.
Yeah.
I almost moved there a long time ago before I moved to New York. I grew up in the Midwest a lot. So I was in Indiana, and Atlanta was when I first got my car, it was one of those like, I have a car. I'm going to drive within 8 to 10 hours of where I live as many times as I can and just kind of like stay for a night or two. And Atlanta was one of the places I drove to and I loved it. And I was like, I almost actually moved to Buckhead. That was like, I started looking at it.
Buckhead is crazy.
Yeah. Yes. That's what I heard.
Interesting. So we're going to delve a little bit more into you as a person with these 7 questions of death.
No. You
No.
scare people when you say that.
Of what?
Of joy.
Of joy.
Of life.
Yes. Let's do it.
These questions are seedless.
They are seedless. So we make sure to keep it seedless. So are you ready?
I'm ready.
For the 7 questions of joy.
Yes.
I'm ready. I'm stoked. Let's
All right.
We're about to go spelunking into your heart piece.
Perfect.
It's going to be a fun time. A fun time.
Okay.
Do you want to start this? Or do you want me to start this week?
You know what?
How you feeling?
Yeah, I'm going to start this week.
All right.
Let's do it.
You do it.
All right. Question number 1, Caroline. How many pillows are too many?
How many pillows?
Mm-hmm.
Is that what you said? Oh
Yeah.
my God. So I think that the size is important of the pillows you're using, because if you're using like regular size pillows, I think 2 to 3 is like all right. But if you're using like 2 pillows and like a massive pillow, like your neck is going to be messed up the next day.
Jacked up.
Right.
So I'd say 3 regular pillows and maybe like 2 big pillows. Just depends.
Like the king size pillow.
Yeah.
Right. You get
The
it.
body pillow.
Mm.
When you
Okay.
can like, wrap all around yourself.
Yes.
Hell yeah.
Make a nest.
Yeah, we have one for my daughter. It's kind of like a U,
Mm-hmm.
but like the legs are long. It's nice.
Yeah. What he said. 100%.
All right. So 3 regular size, 2 big. 2 biggies. All right.
Yes.
Nice. Question number 2. What is the perfect pizza order?
Pizza? Oh my gosh. Perfect pizza order. I'm very experimental. I like trying new things. Like some people just shut down the pineapples and stuff. I think that's crazy. Like I feel like everybody should try that at least one time.
Agreed.
The perfect pizza order. I don't know. That's a tough question. I love meat. I like when they do like all of it. The meat lovers pizza. That's
Okay.
everything to me. And I like a thin crust because the thick sometimes is like overpowering. Like I'm eating it for the toppings, and I feel like the thick crust is like it takes away the experience in my opinion.
So are you thin like New York style, like pick it up and fold it, or are you thin like cracker style, like Detroit?
New York.
New York. Okay.
Yeah,
Like
that's the vibe. That
I
is.
like it. I like that.
Yeah. What about you guys?
Well, we have a long-standing thing that if you go to a pizza spot, if they can't do a regular slice well, then everything else they have is just trash, because you're just painting you're just painting a trash can gold at that point, right?
So true.
So that's always one of those. But I will say, to go along with you, if you do I like a vodka slice with pepperoni and hot honey. Oh, fantastic. But if you do pepperoni with pineapple, also slam it. Throw jalapenos on that.
I was just gonna say sweet heat meat.
Yep.
He gets it.
The big 3.
It rhymes, so you know it's good.
Exactly.
Yeah,
That's how you know.
Yeah. I'm with you on that. And the jalapenos, I'll even do banana peppers.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
But a vodka sauce. Don't sleep on a vodka sauce with pepperoni.
No.
So good.
I agree.
No. All right, question number 3. True or false? This question. Cereal is a soup.
True. I think cereal is a soup.
I can't argue it.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah, it's like milk soup. It's milk carb soup. That's what it is.
Yeah, and milk and carbs are really
Soup.
Yeah.
That's potato soup.
Potato soup
is milk and carbs. Yeah.
Right. That's how I feel about it. I think that's absolutely what it is. What do you guys not think it's soup? What do you think it is?
We hold no allegiance.
I was gonna say we've had so many answers back and forth on this question. We've done 300 something episodes of this show, so we've asked this question 300 something times, and there are people that are just like no, and like forcefully,
a visceral reaction.
Gross. Like don't even say that.
Yeah.
Right. Some people think soup has to be hot. We point out gazpacho, which means they're wrong, and then they get mad about being wrong. It's one of those things. It's back and forth. With enough information, my opinion can be changed, and that is how we all should live. That's how we all should live, everyone.
Yeah,
absolutely.
I agree.
Keep in mind. Love it. Obsessed.
Fun question: which color has the worst personality?
The worst personality? Got to be like green, right?
What kind of green though? Because neon green or lime green, I think that's got a pretty
festive. That's
pretty sweet. I like throw green and black. It really pops. So there's certain greens that I think seem very exciting.
Your question was which color has the worst personality?
Yeah.
So by worst, do you mean like they're an asshole, or like by like what do you mean?
Sure.
Like
Sure, asshole works.
or they're like boring. Like what do you mean by
What do you think is worse, being an asshole or being boring?
I don't know. I think people that are assholes can be kind of interesting sometimes because I'm like,
Right?
oh my gosh, like.
Sometimes there's intriguing.
Right. Because it's
Yeah.
like, why are you acting this way? But I'm also like very interested in why you're doing all this. So,
There's a reason that this show has a listener base, and it's those people who are
Right.
interested in assholes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Boring. I mean, I don't know. I feel like I don't know. I feel like a vomit green would be like a mixture of boring and like asshole.
Vomit
like
green,
you're
yeah.
a boring asshole. You know what I mean?
It's got that healthy dose of brown in it.
It's brown, but it's a grayish brown.
Yeah.
Right. And then, you know, all the dull colors, that's boring, I guess. You know, like gray and stuff. That could be a boring person. Or a boring color.
Yeah, I always remember the cubicle gray.
Cubicle gray.
Cubicle gray.
Someone said cubicle
Someone
gray.
said, and that stuck in my brain like, oh, yeah, you're right.
It's so funny, too, because you can't...
green is definitely...
It's really hard to define cubicle gray in words,
right,
but in your mind's eye, you see it.
You know it.
You know what they're talking about.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And that's like, for anyone that's like a creative, like any of us, like that color is the color of like failure and death.
Yeah.
So true. So true. What color?
This is going to be your view from now on, and you're like, oh, I made so many bad choices.
It's oppression. That's the color of oppression.
Yeah. What color do you guys think is like an asshole personality color?
Cubicle gray always stands out to me once somebody said it. Puke green is another one.
That's a good one.
There's a color I hate that's like I love the color pink,
mm-hmm.
and I like the color orange, but there's a peachy orange pink that just like I don't want to see it.
It's
I'm just like, ew, I don't like that color at all. It's like a washed out pink with some orange. It's like it faded.
Almost like salmon.
But yeah, like a salmony pink. I don't like.
Okay.
I don't like. I'm not a fan of that. It seems like anything that you would say is an artisanal color.
Oh.
If you attach the word artisanal to it, I'm like, I don't like it.
Okay. All right.
Unless it's a cheese.
I've never really thought about it, but I'm going to probably say Crayola's mac and cheese.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, I see what you're saying, and I agree with you.
Crayola has a color called mac and cheese.
Do they?
I know. I used it the other day.
Yeah.
I did not know this. What is it? Is it like? Can you describe? Is it describable?
Kraft mac and cheese.
Okay. Yeah. So like an orangey yellow.
Yeah.
Like okay.
But it's like, listen, you're not mac and cheese.
Right.
Get over yourself. You're wax.
Right. Okay.
Chill.
Yeah.
That's like the guy that gives himself his own nickname.
Right.
Oh yeah.
That's why. It's not because the color is offensive. It's because trying to pass yourself off as a delicious treat.
Right.
But you're not.
Right. Don't call yourself food.
GFY.
Don't call yourself food if you're not food.
So true. That's exactly how I feel about like sprinkles. Like they taste like straight wax, but they were trying to like advertise it like it was the best thing in the world. And everybody wanted sprinkles when they were kids. That's wax. Like that tastes terrible.
Dude, my girlfriend still loves rainbow sprinkles. I do not get it. I do not get it.
Poison.
It's some people it's just the crunch though.
Sure.
Like some people just need a little bit of a crunch for its texture.
For its texture, yeah.
Yeah.
And there's lots of things that crunch.
Sure.
There's other options.
There's Carvel. The crunch.
The Carvel crunchies, yeah. Those are the best ever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Had
I
those
don't
the
know.
other night.
Sprinkles have kind of a lame crunch. They're kind of dull. I feel like there's crunchier, crunchy things.
Yeah, they just...
Well, it's because they're always stale.
They barely crunch. They stick in your teeth.
True.
Yeah,
I've not had fresh sprinkles, so...
Yeah. I don't think anybody has.
Yeah. I don't think they've made sprinkles in the last 50 years.
Yeah.
No.
We're just all eating what's left. It's like candy corn.
Yeah. Just like the candy corn.
Just like that. They just recycle the ones people throw out.
Exactly.
All right. Question number 5 is a two-parter. Okay?
Okay. I'm ready.
Question number 5 is this. What's one thing you thought you'd never do that you now love? And what's one thing that you thought you'd love doing and you'll never do it again?
Okay, so first part one more time.
What's something that you thought you'd never love, but you love it now? Or you never do?
You mangled that.
Yeah.
Oh, so it's like an activity. It can't be like a food or something. It's like
It can be
thing.
whatever.
Mhm.
What something in life that you thought that
Oh, it
you
could be
would
a
never
food,
that
it could
you'd
be-
never be into, and then you did it, or ate it or experienced it or whatever, and you're like, oh my god, I love this so much now. It's got to be a part of my life forever. But at first,
Right.
you were hesitant or scared.
Okay, so I really thought that guacamole looked so disgusting. Like it's green and it's mushy and the texture is awful. It's horrible. Like when growing up, I was like, why would I ever touch this? And when people would get it at the table, I would be confused why they're wasting their money on this stuff. Like I'm like, this is really crazy that you're spending this much on what's happening right here. Like this literally looks like shit. And so then like last year I tried it and I was like, oh, this is like lime paste. Like this is really good. Like this is like very
Lime
flavorful.
paste. I love that.
Yeah,
I've never heard
lime paste. Yeah. It's good and
It's great.
It's fantastic. And I'm like now mixing and matching with things. I put it on everything now. I put it on my toast. I put it on my pizza. Like I put it on everything.
Nice.
So
nice.
This has been amazing. I went my whole life without experiencing this. And now I can experience it every day in many forms.
And now you can enjoy it even more because you knew it wasn't there.
Right.
Oh, wow.
It's so exciting. So that's one.
Awesome. That's a good one. That's worthy. Guacamole is important.
And then what's something that you thought you would love that you'll never do or have
again?
Oh, probably like dating men. That's something I didn't enjoy. I thought I would enjoy it, and then it didn't. It wasn't. I'm not a fan anymore. So
unsubscribe.
Yeah,
I gave it a try. I gave it a few tries, and it really did. It was exciting at first, but then it wasn't. So that's probably one. So guacamole and dating men. That's my like two for
guacamole is the thing to bring in life. Dating men, the thing out, especially drummers, right? Dump the drummer.
Dump the drummer, right? Yeah. Absolutely.
Great piece of merch that you can get on Caroline's website. Dump the drummer t-shirts.
Right. Hilarious. Yeah, I dated all of my drummers. It's like a running joke in my band because my band's all girls now. My drummer, my guitarist, my bassist, we're all girls, which I love to give opportunities and jobs to women in this field because like, I feel absolutely like, and I try to work with female producers, musicians, just all of it because I feel like, there's a place for it. And I try to make sure everybody gets an opportunity if I can help it. And so that's where we're at. But also I dated like my first drummer when I was like 14 in my first ever band. We dated. Next drummer, we dated. My own band, I dated one, didn't go well. And then the last one I dated, I said, we're just going to have to like get rid of the male drummer. So I have an all girl band. And so I wrote a song about it and everybody in my band thought it was hilarious. Like people that have stuck around this long. But yeah, that's kind of the story around the dump the drummer and my song. It's just an ongoing joke.
So definitely check out the song. We shit on drummers all the time.
Yes, we do.
We
don't have to be prompted.
Yeah. I've never dated a drummer.
Right.
Yeah, I've never dated a drummer either.
I've never dated a drummer. I mean, I'm with a musician, and that's amazing. I love that.
Sure.
But
I love dating musicians. Like it's very hit or miss, but like when it's just right, like it feels real good.
When you get it, when you're like, I know we have plans, but I'm in the middle of writing something that I like, and they're like, why are you talking to me? All I needed was a text. Go write. Go do your thing.
Yeah.
Go do your thing.
Right. So true. It's so peaceful. I really love it. I mean, it is, again, it's hard to, because everybody has problems in general. Like we're all people. So you're going to date a musician that probably doesn't fit with you. But when you, get the right person and the career is kind of in line, it really helps because you're so right. The minute you're like, I have a gig, I missed my first prom. Or my only prom that I was supposed to have because my boyfriend at the time had a show and it was like not a big deal because we got it. You know what I mean? So
you get it. You're like, yeah, I would have done the same thing.
Right. So I feel that on a personal level.
You do have to watch out for the ego musicians.
So true.
True. That I could see like if they need to do something and you're like, I'm writing, it's like, well, you can't say no to me. Like,
I feel like
stuff.
you'll know those things right off the bat. You'll know those in the beginning of dating.
That's true.
So true.
That's true.
Right?
Okay.
You'll get that. You're like, wait, you're that.
You're one of those.
You're one of those.
Gotcha.
I gotcha. Okay.
Red flags.
The singers that walk in with the single microphone and watch everybody else do everything, and can you just go do the merch too? And they go do. Yeah.
So true. So true.
Question number 6.
Yeah,
that's you.
I know. I'm getting ready for it.
Wait. Go.
If you could choose any animal to be your battle companion, what would you choose?
An animal. Does it have to be like a real animal? Or can
Of course
it be like
not.
a one?
Of course not.
Thank God. I didn't think it would be, but
We're not rule people here.
right. Animal to be my battle. So what type of battle are we going into? Is it like a war?
Okay. What do you think of when you think of battle? I mean, this gets into what kind of nerd you are, but like, what kind of battle do you picture? Are you in a space battle? Are you in a war? Are you in an epic battle for the future of mankind? Are you in a fight club in the woods? What do you picture?
I was thinking of just like battlefield war, like that's what I was thinking, but I didn't know if it was like a duel, like where it's one-on-one. So, I don't know. I'd want something pretty massive, right? Because something that can just take everyone out in one blow.
Mm-hmm.
You know. I don't know. Some sort of dragon, something from Harry Potter. I'd say
Dragons are great.
Yeah, could be pretty solid.
Dragons are a dope move.
Yeah,
I agree. I mean, incinerated everybody so quickly. It's over. War's done.
Right.
I won. You know what I mean?
Right.
Very quick.
Well, unless they have a dragon as well.
Yeah.
Really?
But then you get to if they have a dragon as well, then that poses a problem. But then you get to witness a dragon battle.
True. Then it gets more interesting. But my dragon will be like massive and huge. Mine will win. So
absolutely.
The most massive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I almost think that like a Maleficent-esque dragon would be really good in a battlefield.
Sick word.
Nice
job. Maleficent, yeah.
Well, yeah, I'm talking about the character too.
Right.
Yeah. Because she didn't get a fair shake. She was dumb. She became this giant dragon inside of a building.
Right. Okay.
What in like a chapel? It's like you can't get your wings out. You can't do what you got to do. But if she was out in the open,
indoor dragon.
Yeah. Well, at least be smaller so you can execute your moves and and fly around and stuff.
You're not agile,
but you're very restricted.
Yeah.
But I feel like if Maleficent was outside, the end of Snow White would have been very different.
Mm. Yeah, I agree. I think that she really shot herself in the foot with that because she killed herself essentially. So yeah, 100%. I agree with you.
All right.
What about bees?
Bees.
An army of bees.
Yeah.
If you're allergic,
right? Like I can just command bees.
I guess that could be.
Yeah. The bee master. I love it.
Right? Yeah.
Bee man.
So
bee man.
Instead of Ant-Man. Bee man.
Yeah.
Okay.
Man.
I'm not a man.
What's your army? Bees.
Yeah. Oh my God, bee man's coming. That would. I mean, I like it. Yeah. I think it could be damaged.
That'd be pretty cool.
I had to go the other way because you guys went so big. I'd be like, oh man, okay. So you can't get bigger than a dragon. It would just be like, oh, a bigger dragon.
Yeah.
So I had to think other direction.
Yeah.
Small and many.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
We can combine our powers. We can do the bees and the dragons and.
Oh, then nobody would be safe.
If we're on the same team and we had 2 dragons and all the bees.
So true. They'd all be dead.
There is not a single foe.
No,
that would be threatening to us. I like that.
If I like rule the world,
yeah,
that's what that would be.
So true. So true.
All right, so Caroline, we've had a lot of fun here. Been pretty jokey, you know.
Yeah, we're gonna get serious.
Things in jest, but this is where the rubber meets the road.
Mm-hmm.
This is where things take a little turn. We don't usually like getting divisive or political or anything like that, but sometimes you have to. In this day and age, just you have to. So
we'd like to introduce you to our Lord and Savior. Just kidding. I couldn't even say it.
Yeah. No.
I couldn't even say it out loud.
So what I want you to do is
look so mean. Can you imagine?
Deep inside yourself.
I'd go along with it. I'd be like, okay.
This whole thing has been a way to
recruit. So I want you to look deep inside yourself.
Okay.
In the cockles of the mind, if you will.
Mind cockles.
Yes.
Wow.
And answer question number 7 as truthfully and passionately as possible.
Okay.
How do you about garden gnomes?
Ooh. Not a fan. I'm sorry.
I was gonna say the immediate revulsion.
That's gonna be a 1 out of 10, guys. I'm sorry. They're pretty scary. I don't know why they're like grown men, and they're clearly bald under their hats too, which is very frightening. I don't like bald people; they frighten me a little bit. So, yeah, just a little bit. You know,
we're unlocking all kinds of phobias here. I'm sorry.
Right. A few things. Right, because they're a little bald, and I don't know. I just don't know their purpose, I guess. I don't know what they're meant to do. And that's scary to me because I want to understand why you have a little man in your yard. And I feel like a lot of people don't have answers. And that's kind of weird to me.
Well, if there's one, there's definitely house keys underneath it.
Yes.
True. But we all know that, you know what I mean? So we'll all break into your house.
Exactly.
But there's also protection.
You might not break into the house if you see that there's gnomes about.
So true. That's true.
Right.
But if there's several gnomes, you're not going to sit there looking under every gnome going, God damn it, I know the key's somewhere.
Right. Oh, it's the one closest to the door. People are lazy.
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah. Actually, if there's a number of gnomes, then the keys are under a false rock.
Okay.
Examine the rocks.
Yeah.
Do you guys love gnomes? Like, do you have things against gnomes, or do you just not care?
Well, see, this is another one where we can be swayed in many directions. We've had excellent answers to this. We interviewed a person that is in a band that was like, funny you should ask. In my spare time, I purchase unpainted gnomes and decorate them myself.
Oh, that's cute. I like that.
That's fun. What an interesting random thing we stumbled upon. We've also spoken to someone that was like, I don't have any gnomes, but my neighbors down at the bottom of the hill do, and I use them for target practice. And we're like, okay,
that's
like violent, but that's fun. True. And then there's the ones that like the gnomes that are
also very whimsical. Whimsical guests.
They're whimsical and magical gnomes. They're rambunctious little fun creatures.
Protectors
to some people.
Of the garden.
Protectors. We've heard a couple of different little horror stories with gnomes that moved around and things like that. So there's it's kind of all over the place. We for a period were like, okay, if you have like 1 to 5 gnomes, you probably have some good stories. So like you're a person that's lived some life and you have stories, because you probably didn't buy all these at once. These were things that like you were somewhere and you were like, oh my God, I got to get this. Right.
Absolutely.
So you get that. But if you let me in your house, I'm gonna like know where the exits are, and I'm gonna like maybe I'm gonna unlock a window when you're not looking, and I'm gonna be like, all right, I know how to get out of here.
Right.
If you have 7 or more gnomes, that's a Gacy house. Those are the souls of bodies that are buried in your yard.
Wow. Yeah. I feel that. I mean, I enjoyed when you said that person painted the gnomes. I think that's really cool, because then you could paint hair on them so they're not bald. Like you could make them exactly how you want to make them. I can get on board with painting.
You can make them younger. They don't have to be old.
Yeah, they don't have to be old, white bearded.
Right.
No, they can be colored bearded. You know, they can not have a white beard, and that's I like that. I really like that idea, honestly. So
multicolored.
It depends.
Multicolored, multicultural.
Yeah.
You can really run the gamut.
Yeah.
You really can.
Little horror characters.
They do sell gnomes that are like gremlins and little like Jason Voorhees and all those. So those are a thing also for
Emo
those of the Gothic persuasion.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Indeed.
Which would be my yard. I would have that. If I had gnomes, I would have little skulls around the house and all that kind of stuff.
It's Halloween every month.
It's Halloween every goddamn right.
That is perfect.
Well, now that she's primed,
yes,
we got to get to the big question.
We do. Everything we do on this show, honestly, is to get to know you a little bit better so that we can start a conversation and find out a little bit of who you are, what you like, what you're into, all that kind of stuff. We're all musicians, so music is often the thing that we love and are passionate about, but it takes up a lot of our time. So we need things that kind of help us escape. Right? We need to get our mind off it somehow, or we're working so much that we need to kind of like do something else. For civilians, sometimes that is music, and if we're lucky enough, maybe we're their escape, or something like that. But we like to think of things like we think of bacon. Bacon improves every dish it's on, right? So experiences in your life that can improve that dish of your life, that can become like a topping side or main course for you as you wander through the streets, the mean streets of life. What is it that lets you escape? What is it that you nerd out about? What is it that you're passionate about that you never get to talk about? Any of that stuff. What is your bacon?
Oh my goodness. Okay. I love to cook so much. Like
nice.
I do. And I love to fish as well, which you wouldn't think.
I
love fishing. I love fishing because my dad took me when I was little, and so obviously like I was already hooked because I was doing it, no pun intended. Because I was
it was a solid one though. It was a solid one.
Or was it?
Thank you. I was I enjoyed it so much, so I still do it, and every summer I'll go with my dad and we'll go fish. It's so much fun. I love to paint, I love to cook, I love to fish.
Nice.
Very
what's your that's super interesting actually. That's super cool. For cooking, what's your like if someone comes over for the first time and you're cooking, like what's your go-to? What are you making them?
Oh my gosh. So I'm Puerto Rican, and so whenever people come over, I love to do like authentic like Puerto Rican dish. I'll do like Tostones, which is like fried plantains.
Ooh.
Yeah, with like a garlic sauce, and so good. And sometimes I'll do just like out of like chicken and rice. Because you can chicken and rice
delicious.
Right, and it's done different in every like Hispanic country and island. It's just done differently. Like Puerto Rican rice and chicken is going to be different than like Mexican and from Spain. So that would be what I would give people right off the bat.
Nice, that's awesome. And what's your go-to for you? Like that you cook yourself more than anything else? Like you come home, you're like, I gotta cook something. What are you gonna cook yourself?
That's gonna be a little more lame because for me, I don't care as much. I like cooking for other people. I'll literally just have a grilled cheese or something. So nice. I'll make myself like a gourmet like grilled cheese or toast.
Gourmet grilled cheese.
There's nothing wrong with.
What cheese do you choose?
What'd you say?
What's your cheese?
What's my cheese? I'm a big fan. I don't know. I like sharp cheddar. I just keep it classic,
Nice.
I like intense flavors. Gouda's great if you mix it with the sharp cheddar. I like doing two different cheeses. So yeah.
Me too.
Two different cheeses is clutch.
I'm a two cheeser. You get one that melts great, and then you get one that cuts through everything.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
If I may suggest, White Fox cheddar is
it's very good. Very good.
Amazing. It's
Where
like
do I acquire this cheese?
Well, we have one of those like shops that has specialty cheeses and meats and all that stuff. So like I was able to find it there. But if you go to like any kind of like a specialty shop with
any grocery that has like a real cheese
cheese section with like multiple styles.
It's not just like
cheddar,
Cracker Barrel, and Kabat.
Yeah, exactly. But But yeah, so it turns out it's only made in one place in the UK. It's on a farm, one specific farm in the UK, and it is just the taste is like a really great cheddar, but it's creamier.
Oh, that sounds amazing.
It is amazing. So I highly recommend it if you're able to.
I'm an aged cheeser myself.
Oh yeah.
Anything like aged Gouda, like so good.
I tried smoking Gouda.
Smoky cheese, sometimes it's like too much.
Yeah.
Right? Like I think you always got to pair that with something else, because you can't just like crackers and cheese, smoked cheese, because you eat two of them and you're like, I want anything other than this smoke flavor right now.
Right. At that point, you're like, I swallowed a campfire.
Give me a grape. Something.
Yeah. Well, it's good if you put some jelly on it.
Yes.
True. I didn't know you did a DIY smoked Gouda. You tried to smoke it yourself?
Yes. I actually the smoked Gouda lived. The cheddar did not.
Right.
The cheddar was melted all over my smoker. Yeah. If you do decide to smoke things, you're a little further south than we are, so make sure it's in the colder months. That's all I have to say.
Gotcha.
September, no good. November, good.
Cheese melts.
Yeah. Cheese melts.
It's one of those things.
Well, see, you're supposed to get it to like you get the smoker to temperature,
right,
and then you put it in. But if you bring the smoker to temperature, and then you shut it off, and it's 90 degrees out, and it's a black smoker,
right?
The sun will still rain down on that.
It's still there. The sun is still there. Yes,
and then your cheddar will be all over the grates in the door of your smoker, as it was mine.
Oh, that's perfect.
Yeah,
that's perfect.
I want to go back to the Tostones.
Yes,
because I just recently went to Disney with my wife, and we went to the Coronado Springs Hotel, and they have a really cool restaurant. It's in the middle of a lake called Three Bridges Restaurant, and we had Tostones there, and they were amazing. I think Tostones might be my I love oh god, I just blanked on what it is. The when you take a tortilla and you fry it up and you make it nice and crunchy, tostada. Yes. I love tostadas, but the Tostones are just like another level up.
They're really good. They are delicious.
I have not had one. I have not had one. I need to.
Yeah.
You got it.
Yeah.
I mean, in Puerto Rico and the island country, like Dominican Republic as well, is very similar. They don't serve you like French fries. Well, I guess if you ask, but it's tostones. That's what they give you.
Right.
Plantains. So, and they're great. They're so good. I've had them my whole life. I will be honest, it is an acquired taste because, and maybe not for everybody, but for me, when I was like really young and I tried them for the first time, I didn't really like them because they're not always the most flavorful things in the world. So you have to season them right and add a sauce and even if you don't like it at first, it's an acquired taste, so you will at some point.
Right.
But
and anything with seasoning and a sauce, I mean, you can get good at it.
True. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I feel like Tostones
I'm
too.
A dipper.
I treat Tostones more as a vessel.
Right.
Yes.
It's a vessel to bring whatever's on top.
Yeah.
To your palate.
Absolutely.
If you will.
Right.
Kind of like a tostada.
Right.
Like I wouldn't eat a plain grilled tortilla.
Right.
I mean, I
was gonna say, didn't we in San Francisco?
Oh yes, we did. Yeah, those are fresh though. Those that's different.
Fresh tortillas are incredible.
That was insane. Yeah.
So I would.
Yeah.
I would eat those. I would eat those all day.
Yeah, Tostones are top notch.
I gotta do it. I'm in.
And rice, chicken and rice is like becoming a huge thing around the house now because I got an Instant Pot because of his recommendation.
Yes.
And now we have it like at least once a week. It's just so easy.
It's
so
easy and it's so good. Like like I said, there's different versions. I love Puerto Rican chicken and rice, but Mexican chicken and rice is also really good. So.
Also banging.
So what is the big difference between the Mexican chicken and rice versus Puerto Rican?
I mean, it's mainly how you cook it, and also the seasonings that are used. Like, there's just different ways to make it, and also how you make it. Some people will put the chicken in the rice, and some people put the chicken in the rice separate. Like, it just depends. It's just how it's made. But that's the same with like Puerto Rican drinks as well. Like ponche is like in Puerto Rico, that's like a milky like eggnog sort of thing. But in Mexico, ponche is like punch, like that you would have like at a party. So like it just depends on where you are. Like things are just different, you know?
Right.
I want to go to Puerto Rico. That's the next place to go.
Yeah,
I would like to go. I want to eat all the food. I want to eat all the food. I want to go there. I want to go everywhere.
Yeah. We've been talking about that's probably the next place. I did my Aruba.
Right.
So next one's got to be Puerto Rico.
I'm still pushing for Japan.
Oh, I'm going there at the end of the year with my bassist.
Are you? Oh my God, I'm so jealous. That's awesome.
It is awesome. I my cousin and her husband went for 2 weeks. I think it was like 2 or 2.5 weeks, like about a month ago, and they loved it. They just absolutely loved it.
You're going with your bass player, you said?
Yeah, nice. Her and I are so close. She's been in my band, like my personal band, for like 4 years now. So her and I are super close. So we're gonna try and make that trip out. We're doing a little traveling this year. I think we're doing the Emo Night circuit right now. We're just kind of playing wherever Emo Night will book us. So we just did Atlanta's Emo Night, and then we're doing the Emo Night in Dallas, Texas.
Oh, nice. That's cool.
So we're traveling a little bit this year, but Japan's gonna be crazy. I'm so stoked.
That's awesome.
Are you trying to play while you're there at all, or is it just purely like we're gonna go and just experience Japan?
We're just gonna go and chill,
nice.
and just have a good time. I've never experienced Japan ever. I don't know anything. Well, I know obviously some things that I've researched, but I don't know a whole lot about the experience there. So I'm very excited.
Japan, from what I understand, has kind of figured out the best way to do everything.
Yeah.
That's what I've seen too.
Right? They're like, you want the best Italian food? It's in Japan. You want the best Mexican food? It's in Japan. Like they cracked the code of everything.
So true.
Which is just sounds amazing to me. And you can be in a place that feels like you're in the future in one town, and then you can go to a different city and it's like everything's lit by lantern.
Yeah.
You know, and it's a very old world. And the buildings are 3,000 years old. You know, it's crazy. So that's awesome. I can't even imagine how good of a time you're going to have. That is so cool.
I'm excited. It's going to be so fun. Traveling is great. It's a great experience, learning wise, and just, I love going to Europe. I want to go to all the countries in Europe. I've only been to a few, but it's so cool how much you see and learn. Crazy.
Where's your favorite place so far that you've been? Like what grabs you the most?
I had a great time in Budapest, which is like, it's not random, like it's a place, but it is so beautiful. I absolutely loved it. It kind of gave like a hometown vibe, which is crazy because like it's, big, but
right.
It kind of gave that vibe that you were like at home almost. It was so cool. It's still my favorite place I've been is Budapest. It's beautiful.
Nice. That's awesome. How long did you get to go there for?
Just a few days. I think we were there for 4 days. It was so fun. Like I'll never forget it.
That's awesome.
What about you guys?
That's awesome.
What's your favorite place you've been, like ever?
Ooh.
I was lucky enough to actually tour and play in China for a couple of weeks, and that was an incredible trip. So I got to see a number of different cities, and every city that we were there for 2 days. So we had a day to be in the city, and then we played on the second day. And so we would like go to a city, hang out for a day, hang out for the next day, play a show, go to the next city, hang out for a day, And that was just incredible. The experience of, again, walking into places that you just kind of felt the history.
Right.
And it was like, wow, I'm standing on the same, I've said it before, like I'm standing on the same ground that like samurais fought on.
Yeah.
You know, like that type of thing. There's so much history there. The architecture is amazing there. And it's similar in that you have certain areas that are very modernized and then certain areas that are really, really not.
Yeah.
And getting to see both of those types of things as well was really cool. And just learning about the culture. We had our guides that were there when we first got there. They were like, do you guys want us to, you know, find you the places that are the most Americanized? And we were like, no. We want to eat where you would eat in each town. We want to do what you would do if you were here. Take us, you know, show us what your life would be in all these areas. Don't try and make us comfortable. And and that was like the best decision ever, because we ate like street food in a back alley somewhere that almost made us throw up. And you know, like we met so many cool people. We went to these crazy clubs, everything from like weird, crazy like cover band gigs where like we went up on stage and joined a band that was singing like Knocking on Heaven's Door in Chinese, and like I sang with them. We just kind of went back and forth with it, to like places where we did karaoke in the karaoke bars, and then places where people showed up and gave us like Tupperwares of chicken legs and it's like chicken feet and stuff that they made for us and everything. So it was just such a. I've never had Chinese food again that even came close. Like Chinese food in America is not Chinese food.
No.
Just incredible experience. So that was definitely my favorite.
Yeah.
That's awesome. That sounds amazing. Gosh.
It is. I recommend. I think you're probably going to have a very similar experience in Japan.
Okay, good. I'm excited then.
You know, anywhere you go, really, like anywhere. I just think anybody that's listening, when you travel, I think the best thing you can possibly do is find out where the people that live there hang out.
Immerse yourself.
Where they hang out, where they eat, what they do, what they go see, and go experience that culture and experience that part of it. Like, throw yourself into it. Get rid of any kind of like thoughts of like what you think you want to do or what you think you'll be entertained by or you'll like, and just throw yourself into it and experience it that way. And it's amazing.
Yeah. And it's funny. Like you go to other countries too. And like you said, you're standing on the ground where 3,000 years prior, there were samurais fighting and stuff. We
don't have that here.
Yeah. America is so young that we don't have that history. Like when I was in Aruba, we went to a gold refinery, and they were like, "Yeah, this is from the 1600s," and it's like, "Wow, okay." Or no, I'm sorry, the 1300s.
1300s,
1300s, and I was like, "Wow, there's nothing this old where I live." There's nothing this old, and if it is anywhere near this old, it's not standing anymore.
Right.
And this building that was made, I mean, sure, it was in disrepair and stuff, but it was still freaking standing.
Yeah, it still works.
It's wild. It still works. It's still a thing.
Yeah.
It's it's mind blowing. I think that like getting immersed in a different culture, if you're into learning about things and stuff like that, it's the best. It's absolutely the best.
100%.
For sure. You also brought up the Emo Night thing. So they have you traveling. Like, how often do you perform with them? What kind of radius are you? You know, because they do a lot of stuff I know in Atlanta. But like, what kind of radius do they bring you along it?
Yeah, that's the cool thing about Atlanta is you can get so many states.
Yeah.
So true. I mean, we did. I don't know why we did this, but last year they asked us to do Colorado, like Denver, and so we drove from Atlanta to Denver, and it was like 20 hours.
Yeah, it's a far one.
It was a far one, and so it was me, and we had I had a different drummer and guitarist. So it was me and Anna, and then Ryan and Paul, and so it was fun. We had a great bonding experience being in a car for 20 hours, but like the car literally smelled like people. Like it smelled like sleeping people in the car. I don't know if that makes any sense, but like the car like smelled like people were living in it. It was crazy. So we drove all the way there, and they're so nice. I think Kellen Quinn was on the bill that night, so we got to say hi to him, and so it was a cool experience. They were so nice. I mean, again, it's a big, you know, event, you know, so everybody there is super professional, super nice. We went on like around 11 or midnight, and they had at the, I don't know if you've heard of this, but the Meow Wolf Museum, like they have a few different ones, but they're
I've
like
heard of that.
Right. They're like artistic, like it's like an artistic museum. So like everything is interactive, and it's really cool. So we got to kind of explore the museum and perform, and then we drove back home. So
Nice.
it was
When you performed, did you perform in the museum spot where? Oh,
yeah.
I got to show you pictures.
Okay.
If you haven't, go Google it right now, because it's a really cool environment. It's one of my places where I'm like, okay, we go on the road. If we hit the West Coast,
Right.
That's a spot. That's a spot I want to.
Everybody go Google it, and then while you're Googling it, put 21 on Spotify or Apple, and then you can visualize.
Yes.
Use it as a visual aid.
No, it was literally so much. It was so much fun, and we drove back. I mean, I'd never been to Denver. I hadn't really been in that area, so that was very interesting. I was cracking up because no hate, this is no tea and no shade, but like before we left, my guitarist called me. This guy is like 28, and he's like, hey, so can you send me the addresses of all the hotels and the Airbnb, because my mom and dad want to make sure I'm safe. I was like, what? And
That's adorable.
What?
It's adorable.
I thought it was so funny. Like, I was like, okay. And so I sent him all the hotels and the Airbnb we were staying at. And he goes, okay. He's like, I'm just making sure because there's a lot of crime in Denver. And I'm like, we live in Atlanta. Like, what are you talking about? Like, you walk outside and get hate crime and shot. Like, that's where we live. Yeah. So
it's the devil you know. Yeah.
Right, but okay, cool. So I sent him all the addresses. But anyway, but that was just a funny story. But we drove back. It was all cool. We had a fun time. And then we just did Emo Night in Atlanta, which was so much closer, like an hour from my house.
Awesome.
And then we're doing Emo Night in Dallas, Texas. So I've never been to Texas, so I'm stoked.
When's that happening?
That hasn't been announced yet, so I don't think I can say anything. But it'll be in the fall time. But
okay.
So where can people follow you and find out where that is, so they can come see all of our Dallas listeners?
You can follow me at Caroline Reilly Music, and it's literally the same username on literally everything. So TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, the whole thing. Yeah. So Caroline Reilly Music.
Never mind. I'm not gonna ask any more questions about that, because like we know a little bit about the Dallas area. We went and we did So What Fest like 2022.
Oh, so cool.
So we know Mike Zemer, and you're probably going to be at one of his locations if it's the Dallas Fort Worth area. So
sure.
But yeah, I forgot what it's called. It's the music Southside Music Hall or something.
Yeah,
so I think that's the venue name. So.
Yeah, so that's actually where we went to our first Emo Night, because we were unsure of what Emo Night was.
Yeah,
and then we went to that one in Dallas during So fun. What, and we're like, so what is happening? And then the lights go out, and there's a DJ starting, and actually we had Lolo was there. Our buddy Lolo.
Love her.
She did the DJing and the stuff, and we were like, oh, that's what this is. Cool. Okay.
Random people were coming up on stage and singing.
Yes.
Which was fantastic.
It's always
so we're like, is this performance art? Is this karaoke? What is this? What is happening?
It's all of it.
It's everything all at once.
It's whatever you need it to be for that night. That's what it is.
I love that. I love that.
Yeah.
Well, Caroline, we have certainly taken up quite a bit of your time, and I want to thank you for spending it with us. It was really cool meeting you. Before we head out, let everybody know where they can find you.
One more time, all the stuff.
Your new singles, what they have to look forward to.
Yeah, anything. Anything that you want to announce. When is this coming out?
It's not this Monday, next Monday.
So anything that you can announce before 2 weeks from now, our time. Feel free to let people know.
Okay, well, no announcements, just working on stuff, and same with shows. Like they're building up, and nothing to announce yet. You can again find me on social media, Instagram, Twitter, or not Twitter anymore, X, whatever, and TikTok, Caroline Reilly Music, Spotify, all the streaming platforms, just Caroline Reilly. I'm on everything. Latest single was my re-release of 21 with Gina Fontanella, super great, and just released a cover of Die Young by Kesha. So go stream, it's pretty awesome, and thank you guys so much for having me. I had so much fun.
Awesome, glad you were here. It was so great. When you have something to promote, come back and visit us again. Jump back on, and we will. When you have something to announce, and everybody that's listening, go check out Caroline's music. Go check out everything. Stay in touch with her. Jump on all those sites, and remember also every single day to ask yourself a very important question. It's the one that we've talked about kind of roundabouts this whole time. It's the name of the show. It's what we always try and get to. What is that thing for you, dear listener, that makes your day better? What is that thing that lets you kind of like let loose,
escape?
What is your cooking? What is your delicious foods? What do you nerd out on? What's that thing that can be a top and side main course in your life? What do you escape to? What's the question?
Caroline, do you remember what that question was?
What did they ask themselves?
Oh, the bacon question?
That would be the question.
What's your bacon?
Yes!